Hey everyone, welcome to Spiritology Live. My name is Phyllis Y. Whitley, and together we will break free of religious shackles, elevate your journey toward your higher consciousness and transformative self-discovery. As we breathe life into my Amazon best-selling book called Spiritology. Yes, each episode will be a spiritual, metaphysical, and holistic well-being to you, offering the tools that will show you how to master and manifest your promised land today. Let's go. Hey everybody, listen, it is the New Year's. I know you're not going to get this into the New Year's, even though actually I am recording this the first day of the New Year's 2024, but we don't know what year you are in, because you might be looking at this way years yonder. So those of you who do not know me, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year's and Happy New Year's to those who do know me, and thank you for supporting my vision. Who am I? I help you not only know that you got a promised land, but live in it. And it's very important, because if you don't know it exists, you won't know nothing that I'm talking about. You have to know that you know that you know. And then, yes, you need help in living in it. I always said that the late Kobe Bryant had many coaches. So you know what? Let me be your spiritual coach. So what I'm teaching you today is going to be breathtaking, because this is a series. This is like the last part to the series, Revise My Life Play. Hopefully that's going to be the name of it, because I changed up after it's edited. And I want to just say thank you, 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 thank you. I just wanted to give thanks to my almighty supreme God, because I am here today and a lot of people didn't come over to 2024. So be thankful as you listen to this series. Why? Because many of you go into the New Year's thinking, all I have to do is make a resolution and that's it. And then you stay in it for like 3 weeks. You stay on the diet for probably 2 days. You turn around and go to the gym, and then you bring your besties with you. You get the best outfit, get up in there, and you start complaining this hurt. Not understanding, I don't care how old you are, you're never too old for exercise. Not understanding that exercise will hurt temporarily. The only reason why you may feel challenged is when you go to like another level. And that's something you need to realize. Your mind, mentally, when you go to another level, you're going to feel the stretching, but you won't be like, oh my God, I need a painkiller. Most people do not get the best part of exercising. It may give you temporary pain, but if you don't do it, then you are going to attract the medical community who is there for a reason, but they should be there for a season, because they will come in and start giving you all kind of stuff because you are not moving your body. That pain is terrible. When you start getting addicted to medication, when you get to the point where your certain organs and your limbs start moving correctly, they come, and when in doubt, they cut it out. Ouch. That's a whole another podcast. But I'm not talking about that today, and I do apologize, but I wanted to let you know about New Year's resolutions don't work. We really concentrate on the new you. I definitely encourage you. Matter of fact, I order some of y'all, please go back and listen to my podcast, especially the end of the year of 2023, when I talk about having a stress-free holiday. With that being said, we have this series is the master plan, because it is going to teach you for the next couple of weeks how to set up everything that you need for your goals, your vision plans, and all of that. You know, without a plan, they said a man without a plan is lost. Okay. So what I'm going to teach you, what I have been teaching you is what, you know what I'm going to give y'all. I'm going to go ahead and give you a serious surprise. This series will be at the end. What did we discuss? We discussed your life play. Once we get you to know what that, you know, about your life play, we can get you to start realizing the hack of a life play. And you know what that is? You are your life play. One, you are the producer. We discussed that. The producer has the vision. It's the visionary. And that visionary should be linked up to the highest producer. You know who that is? I would take that. I take it that all of y'all know God. But see, the producer had to be linked up to God to go to the God gas station and get all your energy. And that's where you get your visions. That's where you get divine order. That's where you get your intuition. That's where you get your imagination. Or should I say, you know how to imagine once you start getting those visions. And once you do that, that's when your life have meanings. A lot of y'all right now feel like, I just don't want to go toward a new year because my past New Year's was called broke. It was called scandalous. Everything bad that happened, it happened, especially with the pandemic the last couple of years. But see, I'm here to bring you some life because you don't know this, and I know your pastor didn't tell you. You are in control of your life. Now, your pastor and your prophet and evangelist and all of them are there for a reason. But you got the power. Remember that song? I got the power. That was my jam, not understanding they were trying to tell us something. With that being said, we talked about the director, or we will talk about the director, the soul guide. Actually, the director shapes everything, the emotion, the atmosphere, all of that. The director is the one, is where you know, okay, I want my vision board. That's your vision board. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on career, travel, or love. You have to direct your own house play, your life place. You know you are directing it because where you're going to direct this is all going to be in your mind. The next one we talked about is the writer, soul scribe. That writer brings the words to life. That means that if you don't have no affirmation, you don't have no vision, how can the writer come in? And a lot of y'all sitting there waiting for somebody else to write your script. Then we have the actor who's supposed to be last. We're going to see. What we going to see? The actor is the one that is taking everything and forming that character. You know how somebody may have to play a clown and they put on a uniform of the clown? I want you to think of mentally. You are going to get ready for that role. And some of the best actors and actresses, you know they can take a flop script and they can turn it into a blockbuster. And I do have that. I do have that in my book. Yes, everything is based on my book. If you don't know, my book will be The Pure Dinner. I'm coming to give you the dessert. Aren't you excited? Because guess what? Now that I had told you everything, maybe I should keep this last. And I am. Because if you haven't heard it yet, producer, the director, the writer, or the actor, please don't even touch this. Don't click the button. Come back. Guess what I'm getting ready to do? Oh my God. Well, y'all say Miss P, Miss P, Miss P. Okay, I'm supposed to be the actor. Okay. But how about them other blank people that get on my god daggone nerve? How about all them people that I go and pray and complain to God about? And I look up and they still come in multiplication. Excuse me. I had to drink some water for that because that was funny. As you hear me, I haven't even eaten breakfast, but this is my job. With that being said, you know what I forgot? The supporting actors, the supporting cast. Those are all the blank people that you are tired of and some of the blank people that you love. What about them? It is a such thing as I have said it in the past about a one-woman show or one-man show. I have nothing against that. I have nothing against you being off Broadway, someplace where you don't get the reviews or the advertisement. And it can be a business that you carrying on with one of your child, your family members, maybe your bestie friend. Whatever it is, support and cast play a major part. If you had listened to all the other ones that I had literally told you to, you will realize by now that you play all those parts, or at least you can control it. You understand where I'm coming from? But the supporting cast, how do you do that? Because you're going to need that unless you decide you want to be an island. And what did I say? An island, excuse me. An island. And you just want to float around the rest of your life. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm through with this person. And that person hurt me. I've been there. Oh, baby, baby. I've been there. And you wake up and 10 years went by and you still complaining and you still mad and you think, I'm going to pay them back. And people have went on with their life and you stuck. You sitting there stuck. I'm not talking to nobody. It's so and so and so and so. And you didn't hurt nobody but yourself. So we're going to talk about the supporting cast. The supporting cast play a vital, vital role because they are the different parts. First of all, let's talk about the different parts. They can actually be your friend, your coworker, your neighbor, your family member, or even your enemies. These are all the people that's going to be in your play. This is your play. This is what you should have learned by now. Okay. The supporting cast supports the actor. You are the actor. You are the main actor. And they supposed to lift you up and they supposed to fulfill the vision of that particular life play. Now I know it's people like if it's a horror picture, and I know some of y'all say, oh my God, my past years have been horror or horrific. But with that being said, they played those parts around. You ever see those? In the love story, everybody played that part. So with that being said, now that you understand it, you do have control. I know you say, Miss P, now I can't control all those heifers that's around me and they jealous and they want what I have. Wait a minute, stop it. Because you know what? You attract who you are unless you want the heifer in your particular script. And a lot of people like somebody who is going against them. The best reality shows, the best soap operas, the best pictures is when you overcome all of those so-called enemies. But let me tell you the real secret to that. Those so-called enemies are going to be there as long as you let them come into your stage. So you need to do what I always have done. I handle everybody with a long silver spoon. Now, yes, I went through okay, yeah, too many, where I said, I'm going to be an island and you pay for it because especially in the coming years, 2024 is going to be a mark where you need to connect. You cannot have anything. That's why at this present moment, I am striving to get that connection with people where back where social media first came out, there was people who went and they literally just had the intuition from their spirit of saying, let me go ahead and get all the followers that I can get. So you can do your play any way you want to. For some odd reason, God had me literally build the set, the foundation, the whole set, and furnish it inside and out before he said, okay, before we're going to let the people in. I'm standing here by myself, and this is the way a lot of y'all feel. I'm standing here. I feel alone. I have all these kids. I have one child. I have nobody, and I'm just sitting here all alone. But we can change that. You can start bringing in support and cast to help you. You can change those titles that I had named these people, and you can make them somebody your assistant. You can make somebody who takes care of, depending upon what it is that you feel that you are called to be. In 2024, take my word, you better be an entrepreneur. Wherever you are going to be, you better be that tree that's going to have those branches out there that you can do this and this and this and this and that when need be, as everyone found out during the pandemic or any other economical turn down throughout the United States, throughout the world. You have to have something to fall on. And a lot of people lost their job and they was running the business and making the people rich. And then they said, I'm sorry, we don't need you because we are all going to the clouds. What is the clouds? Online. And there's people out there, you would never see me shopping. I wonder what happened to them. Only the strong survive, or should I say, only the ones who know how to multitask their mind will survive. So if you're listening to this, better tell your kids to specialize in something that is dealing with artificial intelligence. You better learn online. You better learn the social media. And if you don't, keep doing what you're doing. If it's working for you, that's great. If it's not, you need a supporting cast. Again, you need to get people that's going to come around you. Even if you're in the ministry, you need people that's going to come around you and help support you and believe in your vision. You can start off with your kids. You can start off with one of your bestie. You can start off with somebody who say, hey, I like your vibe. And you got 2, 3 people. You don't have to have a crowd, because you're going to see by this time, I do believe from a higher source of a prophet that mentors me mentally actually said something about the people, literally people out there, and I won't even really say it because that's they are saying, but let me go ahead and turn it around. You're going to need people. You're going to need people, and that's why networking is going to be crucial. Let's say the supporting cast is you're networking, so you don't have to have people in your life permanently, but they can be temporarily. They can come in to do this, come in to that. Just like the cleaning crew, they come in to make sure everything is straightened up. So get your cast of people. Find out who you need to work with you. If you go out there and you have a job, just deal with those people. Don't walk into your company and allow somebody to change your mood. You don't do that, because technically your whole life is your life play. And when people come in and they start destroying you, and you start feeling like you get ready to remember Red Fox show Sanford and Son, and he said, oh, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. You are going to allow people to give you a heart attack. You know how many people are on medication, high blood pressure? It takes one person. You ever heard that? Don't invite this person to our gathering because hell gonna break loose, because they can't stand each other. You understand what I'm saying? It's people that I prefer not to be in my life, and I have literally made sure they wasn't a part of my close-knit life. And I have to constantly keep doing that. You must constantly clean out the clutter of people on your stage. You know what? If they come in and they try to, one of the things you have to remember, people will come in and try to run your stage. Then you got those who come in and all they want to do is be seen, and they just sit there on the stage because they want the whole audience to look at them. They don't do a goddamn thing, don't contribute to nothing. That can be even your family member. Remember back in the days, Hammer had his family members came. He did everything with them. He brought them with him, and he did all the hard work, and they came. Now, I don't know about the ones who really, really was there to support him. A lot of people got their family members around them. If you have a dream and you're working on your vision, and your family member or somebody wants to help you, make sure that they have a role, a specific title, and don't let them sit there and just sit there. Now, some of them just come to get paid. So you got to be careful of that. So this is going to be the point where the vision board we completed, and that's why you have to go back and listen to the rest of the stuff. The vision board should have been really completed once you did that. You had number 4 was the actors. Now this one right here, number 5, the supporting cast, you can build around your treasure map or vision board where you go ahead and you are going to put people that is going to teach you. You may put a vision board of a speaking arrangement, a speaking gathering, and you can say, all those people there, you're telling the universe yourself, really, who's in you is a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being, and then it's God. I don't have time to go back and tell you the whole theory of who you really are. But I will tell you is you can go ahead and do that. See yourself, if it depends on what you like, your hobby. If you like to ski, just get a picture, cut out a picture of some people skiing, and you got your people around you. Those people can just be your friends that you enjoy self-care. And it's really self-love because you're around them, you're doing something you love. You may like to go to the beach. You may like, let me knock something down that we do. You may just want to come together as a book club. You may want to come together as someone who just go to the movies together. So even just go, hey, let's go hang out at a comedy club. This group is still a part of your life. It is very crucial that you realize even those little, you may think that this particular cast is very small, but a small cast, it only takes one person to turn around and be your enemy. And they will stay around you and watch you so that every time you have another vision and dream, that's why you have to be careful not to tell that to everyone. They will hang around you to try to knock down or put a seed in you that does not have anything to do with what your vision is. They want to cast down that particular vision. Okay, they want to knock it down. I do believe it is people that stay in your life until you fail. I have had people in my life, when hell broke loose, they was right there for me. And then it was like, oh, where are you? I like to go back. I hate to do this, but I remember being married at the time. I had a lot of friends. When my marriage was over and I said, oh, my husband ain't with me or whatever, my phone stopped ringing. And I'm not talking about for a year. I'm talking about for decades, as long as I was single. Do you understand? And I remember going to another relationship and a so-called friend of mine was like, oh, you know what? I was meaning to invite you. And I'm thinking, well, how many barbecues or whatever you had in the last decade you didn't invite me? But now that you think I have somebody, I'm telling you, some people will be your supporting cast just to see you melt down. And some people love the enemy to be in their life because they want to complain. So when you realize that you can direct or rewrite your script, that's what my company is about, Self-Whisper, Revision, Revise Your Whisper. When you rewrite your script, you are rewriting your whispers because, listen, you can take some people out that script. This is a lot of stuff I'm giving you. This part is really deep. Let's go see what the Bible have to say about the supporting cast. First of all, 1 Corinthians 12:14. We're going to read that one first. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. The body is not one part, it's many. Remember that. Now, verse 18-20. But in fact, God has placed the part in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. And if you know anything that's in the New Testament, 1 Corinthians 12:14, and then 18-20, that's speaking about the spirit. It's one spirit, just like it's one God. And we are going to use this to the analogy of your life play. Okay. You know what? Make sure you drink at least 3 cups of water. Oh my goodness, what happened when you don't do anything before you do a podcast? With that being said, listen, everybody wants to be an island, but you can't be because God made everything that is one. And we look at things. That's why he said you like a tree planted by the rivers of water whose leaf shall not wither. What that is, that's in Psalms 1. I love that. You go read it. Everybody that's connected to you in your play, look at them as a branch. You can prune that branch if it's producing too much weed. You can prune it. You can cut it off. You have control. Why are you letting people come into your life or your play and they coming to destroy you? You know they no good. You know, and it's sad because some of it can be somebody in your family or people in your family. And I always said, don't buy your family drama because they can sit back and they'll kill you and come to the funeral just to make sure that you are there. And I do believe that, yeah, I've been there. I seen this happen to somebody I know. And that was my dear mother. And if you walk around and you aggravated, it can be your co-workers, it can be your neighbor. You get in a fight with them and you doing... Why are you going to wind up to the doctor? See, some of you will get up when you have an illness. I know how it is. I've been there. I know how it is to take your mind, your life play, and become an island, become a one woman. I don't even think it was a hit. It just was no good. And I wind up on attracting the community, the medical community, and sick. And I'm standing up there sick, and I'm like, well, where's everybody at? When my marriage ended, I was like, well, where's everybody at? And, you realize, one thing I realized, I had peace. And that's when I really, really linked up to my higher power, because no matter what happens in your life, God is going to always be there. A lot of y'all turn your back on God, and we all go through that, because you say, well, if you really was my God, you would have allowed this to happen. But guess what? God said, I didn't tell you to open the door or pick up the phone when they literally called you. I never told you to sit down and have supper with that particular man. I never told you to let that man come into your life and get in your bedroom. I mean, God would look at you and say, I never even told you to get in. I just, you met the man for a lesson. Some of y'all, the man or the woman come in your life, and I'm talking to the men too, and they come in your life, and you first have to understand, is that person coming into your life play for a reason to show you something more about yourself? Or is it for a season? I have a podcast on this. If they come in for a season, I know it hurts. I want him for life. He is ragging you. He's making you gray, and you in your 20s. And if you in your 40s, you should be ashamed of yourself, because you are totally gray and you got high blood pressure, and you literally, your numbers go up, and the medical community love you. Here she go. Let's go give her some more drugs. Pharmaceutical company, biggest drug pusher. I should say pitcher, because there's always a pitch that they have. I wasn't wrong. My spirit wasn't wrong when I said that. It's a pitch they give you where on the commercial. So, do you understand? And you get mad and God, I don't understand. I mean, sometimes you have to let go. Sometimes you have to look at that person and say, I don't really think you're my person, because I'm on high blood pressure. I'm on medication. I wasn't on none of that before I met you. You can't do that. It should be a beautiful partnership. Even your children play part. They play a supporting role in your part. I mean, yes, they didn't ask to be here, but you have control. You should be setting boundaries. You see, a lot of the generation you see right now, the younger generation, the parents was like, I grew up on rules and boundaries, and I don't believe in nana. So you know what? I'm not going to put no boundaries on you. And we know famous actor and actress, I won't even say their name, and you just give your kids the freedom. If they want a house at 16, sure. Why not? And a lot of actors do this, and a lot of pastors do this with their kids. PK kids, I got to definitely do it. I'm definitely going to do something on that. And they go and give them everything. You don't have to pray, because I'm praying. Or they look up and look at you and think, I'm covered. And they become the rancid, most scandalous child you can have ever heard of. And they are attached to a pastor family, a pastor, a ministry, and you be like, oh my God, I don't believe such and such and such and such. Why? Because they got away with so much. They was not given a role. You got to give your kids a role as soon as they can start moving. I mean, I remember my daughter was so little, and she would do her toys and stuff, scattering around. And I remember people coming in my house and say, do you have a child? How do you keep your stuff so clean? With one child is easy. But she knew it when it was time to play, but then she already knew that it was time to clean up. I said, put that there, put that there, put that there. And she turned around, and it was time. She was crying. I said, no, go over there and do that. I told her, make your bed. You got to give them a role. They might not like you at that age and think, so-and-so, when they go to school, they said their mommy is nice and sweet, and they have candy all day. I'm not saying you have to be a drill sergeant, because a lot of people name me that. Every parent parents differently. But I'm telling you, it have to be some boundaries. It's just like the law. The law out there, you cannot drive. If it says 70, it's a reason you can't drive. That road might not be meant for it. That road may be crowded. That road may be whiny. And there's a reason, even when you go into the mountains, they're not telling you to go 100 miles an hour. So you have to teach them to respect the boundaries in your particular life play. They are supporting cast that you have to prepare them and teach them how to go out there and have their own life play. You understand? And then some people say, well, did you do that, Miss Pete? Because, your daughter's past 18. Yes, let me tell you something that a lot of people who teased and talked about will talk about you having an adult in your house. It's a difference. That adult may be in your house, but they have to have their own. They really like your roommate. Once your child become an adult, they are your roommate. That means they got to pay. They got to contribute. and they supposed to be enhancing their self, that when they do go on their own, they have everything set. You constantly showing them. You don't stop at 18, because once they go to college, the influences, the people around them, those supporting cast around them is going to change their life. Why do you think your child go out there and everybody can just swing them right and left? Because you didn't teach them the boundaries of how they can stand up, how they can be strong, how to be responsible. That's how you give those supporting roles of your kids. Now, your enemy, you handle them with a long silver spoon, but most people who are not coming with you and they are not helping your play to evolve, to expand, and you might not want a play on Broadway, but that's where you determine, you direct it, you write that script. No, I want to own the business, and I want just to make this amount that we can go and party in the Caribbeans, to take cruises or go overseas. You can have this on your treasure map. You understand? Those supporting actors can be those treasure map pictures that you are putting up, where if it's spiritual, you want to grow spiritually, where you can just have a picture of somebody praying. You can go ahead and put in a cruise ship if that's what you really want to do. But the people, you want to prepare everybody that's you're going to attract, because what's going to happen, what's on paper, brothers, is through affirmation or your treasure map or your vision board, which is the same. The last step is, once you finish the universe, which is which is one, which is God, is going to work over time, even when you sleep, to make your dreams possible. Your life play. Yes, you the producer, the director, the writer, the actor. And in truth, another secret, the supporting cast is you pushed out. What do I mean by that? Oh, no, I know that heifer is not me pushed out. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Mm-hmm. And I said this before. Oh, no, 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 Miss P. You don't understand. That man did me wrong. He didn't give me anything. I gave 100%. That was you. Express. That was you pushed out. How much do you give yourself? If you giving somebody 100%, then that means, you know what? What are you giving yourself? Because you're not going to stand up there and go into a relationship and just give the person 100% and they not giving you nothing back. And then you get mad at them. Is it a possibility they just letting you know, they're the voice of reasoning, letting you know this is how you treat you? Oh, is that why he went down the street and he started dating Beverly? And he treats her so good. I have had people call me. I don't get it. Why is he treating her? I mean, my God. She say, come scratch my butt. He goes running and he don't do nothing for me. I have literally told one of my clients, I said, well, why should he? You let him get away with murder. You just made your play Murder, She Wrote, Get Away with Murder. Look at every character. Every character, if it's love, even coworkers. Well, Miss P, I can't control coworkers. Yeah, no, you can't control your coworkers, but you could control your reaction to them. And if it's that bad that everybody at your job, that particular part of your play, is literally just terrible, you need to take a look. Am I at the right place? Maybe it's time for me to go into my own career. Maybe it's time for me to become an entrepreneur. And if it's another job, go ahead and search for that. So that's what you do with those coworkers, your friends. You better know if they're your friend or what. If somebody is there, they say, you know that this is your friend. I know that this is my good friend. And you really don't know and I said, why? They say, because they was there with me with everything. I mean, my divorce, lost of somebody, loved one, all of this. That's my Bessie. Yeah. Is it a possibility they was going through your life play to make sure everything in your life was nothing? They wanted to void out your whole life. People would stand there and they would just make sure while you praying, they praying against you. That's why you have to have a higher being. That's why you have to be connected to God, because God will send his angels. Yes, 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 I said it, angels, to help serve you. That's right. They will whisper, the messengers, they will whisper stuff in your mind to let you know, don't go any farther. A lot of people don't know that. That's why you have to be connected. Because when you sleep in, a lot of stuff is moving for you in the universe. Now your play is getting ready to come and evolve. That's why so many of y'all have the wrong play. If you don't want to play Court Scandalous or Murder She Wrote, whatever, what is going to turn around, you don't want it because you're going to manifest. Here go the biggest thing. The purpose of all of this is for what? To manifest. And listen, this will knock you out. This is something that I'm going to tell you about the supporting cast. The supporting cast has a very crucial role, I'm telling you, because you know what? Let me just stop. I'm going to stop here. But let's go back. The producer's the visionary. The director's the soul guide. You the one who you can listen. You got to guide your soul. The writer is the one, the soul scribe. They literally make your vision and everything turn to life. They make the script, the script. They manifest it. They bring it to life. And the actor is the one who embodies the spirit. That's you going into character. So ask yourself each day, when people walk into your home, what do they see? It represents everything that you're going through in your life play right there. Where is your life play? In your mind. I gave you so many goodies right there that some of y'all can stop this and say, honey, I will never be the same. Thank you. What did my mind got to do with the way I keep my house? Let me tell you something. Listen closely. If you're a hoarder, every room is overcrowded. I guarantee you know what that means. You got so much going on in your mind. You know what to think of it, Miss P. You know what? No wonder I do 100 things at one time. Hoarder. Now, see, I am busy, but I got everything in section. It's a place, everything in my house. And if it gets to the point where I can't see certain corners or parts of my room, that stuff got to go. So you have to you have to direct every room in your house. Teach your kids how to do it with their room because you're preparing them when they leave. With that being said, you have to take over your life play. Because now we got the supporting cast. And guess what? The supporting cast is the manifestation agents. Let's just say they the manifester. When they come to you, they're coming to wrap it up and produce the end result. And that's going to be a good play. Every day you manifested something. Every week you should. Every week you manifested something. Every year you should have down, wow, look what I manifested. Those are your little short-term goals. I always tell you start with 1 month because you got 12 months. You can say, you know what, 12, the end of the year, I'm going to have 12 things that I accomplished. And then you can add to it. When you do daily, you have to have manifestation daily because, give you an example, I need to go ahead and clean out my email. I need to go ahead and contact these people. Check it off. I always say, give yourself at least 3 things you have to do, a must list, and then allow yourself 3. And if you do 10, that's great. If you do 5, that's great. But if you allow yourself 3 things, then you won't be so hard on yourself. So with that being said, the supporting cast play a major role, from your coworker to your friend, to your family members, to your enemy. You can control your enemy. You can turn that enemy into a friend. You can turn that enemy into a valuable coworker with you if you become an entrepreneur. You will be surprised. Well, Miss P, why would I want my enemy? Sometimes your enemy is the best person to work with you because they're not going to get in your face and lie. So now that you know all the parts that are there for a reason, that's why they are called I'm just going to say the manifestor agent, because that now your whole treasure map, vision board, affirmations should be together. This where I wanted you to be, because now you should know that you are walking. Look down at your feet. You're walking in your promised land. If you go ahead and master these 5 things, you are going to be walking in your promised land before you know it. And you're going to come back and tell me your testimony. Have a private session with me. Yes, you know where my website at, selfwhisper.com. Go there. Give me some ideas that you want to hear later in the future podcast. But I'm going to tell you right now, you are the producer, you are the director, you are the writer, you are the actor, and you are the different members expressed out. So if they getting on your nerve, you need to look at yourself and say, well, what is going on with me? Where's my play, Miss P? Is in your mind. Hello? So if you want to manifest, you see what you had to go through these steps? You want to manifest? I know I didn't come to you and I gave you a lot here because this one I was going to do this one, but this is enough that you should say, hey, I think I got this thing down packed. I really, really do. I have the scripture to back me up. I understand the people, other words, your supporting cast, if they are not bringing movement and breath into your life, if they're not lifting up your hands, you need to walk away. Now, I'm not saying it's all about you, but that's your life play. Be very, very careful who come through that door. If they don't have a ticket, don't let them in. And don't stop your play for one person. Oh my God, females, women's, y'all do it. Ladies, stop it. When your king come queens, he should see you working on your life play. And he should be so impressed that when he bring his play over to your play, oh my God, y'all got a blockbuster. A blockbuster. Everybody wants it. It's all, the lights are shining. It's on Broadway. And even then, you have to be very careful who you let in. Just like a spiritual leader, just like actors and actresses, they don't look at the people that's around their children. They don't do that. They are so busy trying to reach a number that you even forgot your supporting cast. So I hope you learned something. Of course I went over. Of course I have something that I have to do a task, and I'm going to stay with it because you know what? 2024 is going to be something I'm going to work with my time management. And therefore, thank you for being a part of my journey. And I hope your journey is to go forth and take control. First, you have to revise your play, but now you're going to take control because you in your promised land and nobody should be able to come and tell you to get out because God ordained it for you. So what's new? By this time, hopefully my other book is out, which I'm not going to name it here, but I will tell you Spiritology is waiting for you. Yes. And at the end, just in case you want let me refresh something. When I said we at the end and you're going to manifest, manifesting takes action. Okay. Faith without action is dead. You have to have some type of action. Your play have to be moving every day. You understand? And then you choose who's coming into your life play. Do you understand what I'm saying? And once you know that, the universe is going to bring the right people, the right places into your life. For instance, you really focus on travel, boom, somebody will tell you, girl, I found this trip so-and-so, or it'll pop up on the internet. People, you need somebody who can do your editing. Boom, somebody come around and say, you know what, I do editing. I'm telling you, they will start coming in. That's the way you want your life to be. You want them to start coming in. And don't get mad because somebody came through your door and they don't belong on your stage, and don't go blame God. When they came through and knocked on your door, you had the control of saying, who is it? And then when you open the door, you didn't have to let them in. Stop letting these vampires come into your life and be your supporting cast because they come to drink up and suck up your blood and drain you. How do you know? You're tired, you're stressed, and you don't want to literally have the medical community and pharmaceutical company having a party because they know that they're making money from you. Attract the best. Go to these other places for preventive care. Your stage should be maintenance all the time to make sure everything is in order. And I promise you will love your promised land because it is beautiful, because it's what your heart desire want. Not what your neighbor, not what your family, what you want. Okay? Remember, if loving yourself is right, you don't want to be wrong.